All right, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. All right, testing again, testing. Alrighty guys, welcome back for another Thursday night stream. Today, as you can see, we're going to be playing some Battle Monsters. This is a Sega Saturn fighting game, apparently released in Japan in 1995. It came out in North America, published by Acclaim in 1996. I actually have a physical copy here with the instruction manual we're going to be referring to as we play through this game. I actually know one of the characters in this game, but all the other characters I am just completely foreign to. So what I'd like to do is try to go through the game a couple times and try to experiment with a couple of these other characters and just kind of mess around with the mechanics and combat and whatnot. This game has digitized graphics. It is very cheesy looking, but it does still have some really cool graphical effects. Like, I kind of like that grass scrolling on the bottom in front of the characters, and there's a lot of like scaling and rotation and stuff like that, which the Saturn was really good at. And you know, for a very early Saturn game, you know, 1995, apparently for the Japanese version, you know, it actually plays quite well. It's a lot of fun. There's some, you know, not really deep mechanics, but there are some interesting mechanics. Like, you can double jump, you can dash, which was kind of unusual for 95, and you can even shoot projectiles in the air, as well as get very, very tiny air juggles. So what you can do is knock an enemy into the air and then jump up and get an extra hit or something like that, which, you know, not exactly, I don't know, Killer Instinct standards there, or even Primal Rage standards, but it's something, you know, and a lot of fighting games in 1995 wouldn't even let you do that, so it's still pretty cool. And so yeah, we're gonna play a little bit of this game. I actually did a Let's Play of this game probably 7 or 8 years ago, and so it was time for a redo, but I didn't really feel like recording an actual Let's Play of it as an update. I figured it would be more fun to maybe do the live stream format, so you guys get to see more of the game, see more of the characters and stuff like that, and just chill and hang out and whatnot. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much, everybody that's stopped by so far. I don't predict a lot of people will be popping in on this one because we didn't get any upvotes or even downvotes before the stream started. I had it scheduled for about 12 hours in advance, so we had no interaction with it. And I did a poll last week to see if people wanted me to stream Battle Monsters or Robotica, and Battle Monsters for a while I think only had about 30% of the vote. So yeah, Robotica just kind of won by a landslide, and yeah, so I don't think too many people are interested in this game, but this is actually a pretty cool game. I do really enjoy it quite a bit because it's fun to play. And I also don't mind some of the music, and I like how some of the visuals look. Some, not all. There's some visuals that are just absolutely horrendous. If you're going to track down an import copy of the game, I don't believe it's very expensive at all. You could probably get it for like $10. So for that price, it's totally worth it. Unfortunately, North American prices have been going up a little bit. I think it's going to cost you $20 to $30 for a nice boxed US copy of this game now with manual and everything. So Sega Saturn is going up in price across the board, unfortunately, even in Japan. But if you do want to play this one for yourself, assuming you don't have some kind of optical drive emulator, you know, the physical Japanese version is probably the way to go. I think this was also released in Europe. It's actually kind of where I got the box art from, although I had to do a little bit of editing to get it to look like what you see in the top left there. But so yeah, it should be a fun stream. Yeah, before we actually kick things off, I wanted to give a big shout out to Sal Cage, who actually backed my channel via Patreon today. I haven't gotten any new patrons in a while, which is why I haven't done any shout outs. So, but thanks Sal for that. If I don't get shoutouts or if I don't get new patrons and stuff like that, I've been skipping the Patreon slides in the very beginning just to get into the game faster. But if I do get a patron, then I'll be happy to shout you out at the beginning of a stream. So thank you again, Salcade, for that. If anyone's interested in supporting my channel and show via places like Patreon, you know, links are in the description box below. Also, one thing that's really cool is YouTube rolled out this this feature for YouTube Premium members. If you're a YouTube Premium member, you get one free channel member subscription each month. So if you have YouTube Premium, make sure you're using those channel subs or channel membership, you know, bonus options on your favorite, you know, YouTube channels and creators that support that. So I'm one of those channels that supports that. So if you have YouTube Premium, that's basically just a free way to support your favorite channels, and you'll get custom emotes and stuff like that on each channel you support, and you'll get a funky badge by your name in comment sections and things like that, letting people know that you're actually supporting that creator. So yeah, definitely check out that functionality if you haven't seen it yet. That actually just rolled out this week apparently. So I even tested it on myself just to see if YouTube will let you do that. And you can see I've got a red badge by my name, and so I can't believe YouTube actually allows you to do that, but that was something I discovered earlier this week. So my free membership, because I use YouTube Premium on my own channel, will expire in about a month, and then after then, now that I know how it works from sort of like the viewer standpoint, I'll pitch it to other creators each month that I support. It's very much like Twitch subscriptions. For those of you guys that are familiar with Twitch, like I know Dasan and Akela is over on Twitch. And Venom Lace, hey, what's up, Venom? I don't think I've seen you on YouTube before. Venom is also on Twitch quite frequently, so what's going on, Venom? But alrighty, so we got Carlos in the chat, we got Krusty. What's going on, Krusty? How are you doing, man? For anybody curious, Krusty's going to be continuing his front mission... I have to go to YouTube to remember the name. But yeah, Krusty's going to be finishing or continuing his front mission Super Nintendo or Super Famicom stream tomorrow, I think. Or did you do that tonight, Krusty? I'm trying to see. I don't see it on my subscription feed. That's disappointing. Venom says, not much. Finally found your YouTube stuff. Hell yeah. Yeah, so Venom, we stream here every Thursday night. Same time, same place. We have a different format than we do on Twitch. I usually pick either one game to focus on, or we'll do variety streams where I just pick a system or platform and then we play just a bunch of different games. We'll probably do an NES variety stream sometime here soon, for anyone that's wondering. We haven't done... Well, I want to say I haven't done much NES in a little while, but I just recorded, you know, 2 NES Let's Plays back to back. So, spoiler for... Tomorrow, 3 p.m. Central, front mission Gun Hazard. That's it. I don't know why it's not popping up in my my YouTube feed unless you scheduled it more than just a couple days ago. But yeah, it's not popping up in my YouTube feed. This is really weird. I don't know if it's me or if it's Krusty's video. Yeah, no problem, man. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, so go check that out. I missed the last couple, but it's a really, really cool game. So YouTube is acting odd again. How is it acting odd, Game Eagle? But yeah, no, I found it. It was my fault. It took too long. Acclaim trying to catch lightning in a bottle twice. Yeah, so Acclaim didn't publish the Japanese version of this game. They published the North American one. Acclaim actually brought over quite a few Saturn games from Japan, and then they also published a bunch of other games as well. But yeah, Battle Monsters is one of the ones they brought over from Japan, and yeah, they also brought over Darius Gaiden and Galactic Attack or Layer Section in Japan. Excellent shoot 'em ups. They actually Acclaim actually had a couple of you know, really solid publishing efforts on Saturn. Carlos says he'll be here for a little while before he goes to bed early, so expect me to be here and there sporadically. Sorry, everyone, beforehand. It's all good, Carlos. And Ebenezer, welcome back. He says, I remember Primal Rage, owned it on PC. I actually still have the big box for it and everything. So this will be something like Primal Rage, right? I mean, it's a fighting game. Aside from that, there's not really a lot of similarity between the two. Despite the name called Battle Monsters, most characters in this game are humanoid, unlike Primal Rage, where it's all like dinos. There is like one or two beast enemies, but there are a lot of, as you can see here in the demo, there are some unique characters that you can play as. So, okay, we got through. Hey, Sketchcraft, what's going on, man? How are you doing, sir? The chat on your side stopped. I had to jump in and out of the stream. Really? Okay. You mean like the actual chat box that you're typing into? Yeah, don't confuse the chat box embedded on the left-hand side of the archive, because that's me capturing my chat box. So if you see that bouncing around, that's me looking at chat. So I know some people like to blow the streams out full screen, and then yeah, they blow the stream up full screen, and then they rely on that chat. So sometimes that chat will stop because I am looking at something else. So. Yeah, people will confuse that, actually. Okay, so it's definitely the chat on your end. Alright, cool. Well, not cool. I mean, shame on YouTube for breaking. But you know what I mean. Greg N is a huge Saturn fan. This game is so funny. This will be a cool stream. Yeah, it is funny. It's funny. It's like fun to laugh at, but it's also really fun to play. That's the thing. It's kind of the best of both worlds. On one end, you've got the whole so bad it's good thing, but on the other end, you actually have a decent little fighting game for the system. Alright, hold on just a moment, guys. We'll start here in just a minute. So alright guys, one thing I wanted to talk to you about real quick before we start is I'm actually using the new retro-bit Sega Saturn controller. It's a reproduction Saturn controller, but it's officially licensed by Sega. Apparently they bought the original molds for a variety of Sega controllers, including the Sega Genesis 6-button and the Sega Saturn Model 2 controller. And so I picked this up a few weeks back. We're gonna be using it for this stream. I haven't really put it through its paces very much. I used it just for a couple minutes last week just to make sure it works. That way, if it didn't work, I could take it back to the store I got it from. But yeah, this is the controller right here. It's actually a very nice recreation. The buttons and D-pad feel very much like they do in the original Saturn controller. The big complaint is the shoulder keys. They are not the light clicky sounding switches that you have from the original Saturn controllers, but other than that, it's got the exact same texture. Even the D-pad feels pretty much the same as the original, and the design is basically spot on to the original. But so yeah, I wanted to let you guys know that we're using that. No, I'm not sponsored by Retrobit. I did not get this controller for free. I paid for it with my own money, but I just want to let you guys know that we are using this controller, and so if I have any problems, I will let you guys know, and I'll absolutely be making the excuse that, oh, it's this controller and it's not me, if I fail with the moves or something like that. But yeah, at the end of the stream, I'll let you guys know what I felt about this. I tried it last week, and I think I played Scorcher, and that was it. And Scorcher's not really the best game to test the controller with, because it's actually a very laggy game to begin with, and difficult to control, so it wasn't the best test bed, but a fighting game like this will be a very good test bed. And so yeah, I'll let you guys know what I think. These things are about 15 or 20 bucks for the wired version. It's an actual Saturn controller, plugs right into your Saturn control panel or control slots. And so yeah, I'll let you guys know what I think of it at the end of the stream. I actually have their Genesis 6-button variant, and you know, it seems pretty solid, but you know, my original 6-button controller is worn in so well, it's just kind of, you know, it still feels different. But yeah, all right. So I also have my instruction manual here, and we're going to be whipping that out to refer to moves and things like that. Did East Starland have them? They did. Yeah, they had a couple. So that's where I got mine. So we're going to be playing as a character called La... I don't know if it's La Pa or La Fa. Let me find her in the manual. It's La Pa. And so I haven't played this game in a few weeks. I did buy it a few weeks back from Starland, actually. It was one of the few instances, and recently my brother and I had gone up there together, and so we bought a couple things, and Battle Monsters was one of the things I bought, because I really wanted to play this game again. I still don't have an optical drive emulator for my Saturn, and birding CDRs is kind of a pain, so, you know, I just bought this game when I saw it there, so... Probably overpaid for it because, you know, US copy boxed and everything, but yeah, I really wanted to play it and then do a stream of it. So, alright, I've got the manual out so I can refer to some moves. So, it looks like she's got some interesting stuff here. Just want to get a quick refresher before I jump into it. Okay, I think I should be fine. So, and let's go ahead and hit start. We'll go to the options menu real quick. As I reperuse my way through this chat real quick. So, Ebenezer says, have to say that the characters look interesting, to say the least. Yeah, they do. Can't start without Our Lady Luck. Yeah, she's actually in the living room. I've got my game room door shut right now, so probably no patchouli sightings. My cat, for a while. I'll try to get her in at the end of the stream. So for anyone curious, I do try to get her in at the end of my stream. So even if you don't watch the whole stream, but you want to see my cat, feel free to scroll to the end of each stream, and you might actually get a sighting of my kitty. So yeah. When Carlos says Our Lady Luck, he means my cat, because you know, everyone's a fan of my cat. Yeah, Greg N says, yeah, it's not really a terrible fighting game. It's not broken or anything. It's such pure 90s Sega goodness. Hell yeah. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts on the new controller. Was considering buying two myself. So one stipulation with these controllers is apparently the first batch had a defect underneath the D-pad. One of the plastic trays that the you know, the D-pad itself sits on would actually break. But I don't know if I have a first run or a second run. But apparently they fixed it after the first run of these controllers. So that's really the only problem I've heard from these things. So, but yeah, I'll definitely share my opinion on the controller. Krusty says he likes his, feels really good. And let the monsters battle it out. Welcome back, I don't give a thumb. And still rocking the original controller. Should probably get some new ones too. Hell yeah. Yeah, I actually would like another, for one, original Model 1 controller. I would like another one of those because I don't have one anymore. And I would like an extra Model 2 controller as well. I have two Model 2s, but my US one, I think the C button is sticking a little bit. It's a little weird. Might have to replace the rubber domes. I tried doing the boiling trick, and it didn't seem to really do anything. And I cleaned out the controller too. So, hey, Phantom, welcome back. And Leo, never heard of Battle Monsters. All right, so you do have multiple difficulty levels. We're going to just be playing it on normal. We do have a timer. I'm going to leave the timer on because I find that I end up winning a lot due to time running out. Not unlike Primal Rage, actually. So we have the bottom three buttons are your main buttons. So you've got A is punch, B is kick, C is appeal. I want to say it's kind of like taunt. But doing certain, you know, direction pad motions along with pressing that will also do some special moves as well. So it's not just a taunt button. You do use it for specials. Up jumps by default, but you can also press X, Y, or Z, which is actually kind of interesting. A lot of fighting games back in the day did not do that. I guess one reason is that a lot of fighting games back in the day actually used all the buttons on the controller, which this game does not. So left dash, right dash, you can dash forward and backwards, you can press L or R, but you can also double tap, which is usually how I prefer to do it. So, and you do have a sound test, which is pretty cool, actually. I actually do enjoy quite a lot of the music in this game. It's actually, you know, kind of upbeat in a lot of cases, you know, big funky beats and stuff like that. So, it's pretty cool. I do enjoy it. So Leo says, I like my Retrobit Sega Genesis gamepad, although my 8-bit do 2.4 gigahertz Genesis gamepad feels even better. Yeah, the 8-bit do stuff feels really good, but I had the first gen 8-bit do stuff, and I wasn't a fan of the input lag for one. I felt significant input lag. I had the SNES and NES one, and then I found it was also way too easy to do diagonals, that was weird. So I was playing Life Force on NES. I was just going zigzagging all over the place by accident. So that was frustrating. So we'll pick up some if they fare well. We'll use your code too. Oh yeah, thanks to Kella. Yeah, I do have an East Starland affiliate code for anyone that does shop at East Starland. It's in the description of pretty much every video on my channel. So it doesn't cost anything extra. I basically get a little bonus my way for sending you guys over to Starland. So just a heads up for anyone that does shop there online or even in person. Although you'd have to put your order in advance, I think, in person. So Game Eagle never really played much with Saturn. Saturn is so good, man. When the Saturn Satiator optical drive emulator comes out later this year, you guys will be seeing me stream a lot more Sega Saturn because it's one of my favorite consoles. But due to selling off most of my collection and switching over to CDRs yeah, not having nearly as many games to play, I haven't really had the desire to stream it on YouTube, unfortunately. So just too small of a selection. So once my game choices blow up, you guys will be seeing a lot more Sega Saturn. So yeah, excellent system, but it is pricey to get into, unfortunately. There are some really good cheap games, but the variety in the cheap games is not as good as it used to be. It's heavily weighed towards fighting games these days. You know, like Virtua Fighter games, the Street Fighter Alpha games, you know, Last Bronx, Fighting Vipers, Fighters Megamix, stuff like that. So, but all right. So Lapa here has a basic projectile. You're going to be seeing a lot over the course of this playthrough. And if you press A, which is the punch button, she'll shoot it straight forward. If you do kick, she'll shoot it downwards. And if you do C, she'll shoot it upwards. So, you know, one of the ways you can play with her is just play the distance game and just play projectiles over and over again. So she's very easy to get into in that way. Now she's also got, you know, this kick attack, so you can actually kick and you'll launch them into the air, and then you can follow it up with another kick into the air, or you can maybe shoot a fireball upwards, or I guess it's kind of like a laser. Shoot it upwards and hit them in the air. So yeah, but so for this first playthrough here, I'm probably just going to, you know, just kind of cheese my way through with projectiles and whatnot. And I'm going to have to refer to the instruction manual too, in order to refresh my memory on her moves. But yeah, one thing that is cool about this game too is that you do have, not every arena is like this, but some arenas have platforms in the air. On this level in particular, it's just these sort of statues you can stand on. Other levels have like cages in the air that you can land on and they won't break apart. Other levels have just like these bridges you can walk onto. It's just really cool stuff. There's even one level where it's sort of a Virtua Fighter style arena where you can actually knock the opponent off. Except there are these huge Venus flytrap looking things that your opponent will fall into, and it's just kind of funny. Okay, so I've got to do a little bit of damage to this guy because we're about to run out of time. But when you're playing against the AI, they do have a tendency of blocking a lot, even on the normal difficulty. Hey, old dirty gamer, what's going on, man? You thought you were the only one who had this game. Yeah, no, other people have this game. Other people do like this game. It's not a very popular game on the system, but yeah, it's fun. Would be cool to see a Saturn Mini. Probably not gonna happen. But yeah, that would be cool. So one thing I do sometimes is I just get up close to the enemy and I just shoot the projectile down like so. So for anyone that's maybe played a Guilty Gear game, this actually is a little bit like that, except it was pre-Guilty Gear in terms of doing projectiles in the air and stuff like that. So you can jump into the air and then just immediately do your projectile, and it'll just cancel out your upward momentum. Oh, see, I had a chance there to actually hit him. I had knocked him out in the air, and I could have actually shot him with a projectile. Yeah, you can see how the screen also scrolls in and out. You know, it's very arcade style, from the 90s at least, in that regard. And, yeah, it's cool. It's the you know, the digitized graphics are so cheesy, but I really love, I'm a sucker for this kind of, like, scaling and rotation and things like that from back in the day. Absolutely love it. There we go. Time over. Your favorite character is the twins. Nice. Way of the Warrior, 3DO. That was 3DO. Yeah. The one on Jaguar is Kasumi Ninja, and then there's also Ultra Vortec. Both of those games use digitized visuals. Neither was particularly good, unfortunately. Some people will put, you know, Ultra Vortec on a pedestal, but it's really not that good, to be honest with you. It's a very, very blatant Mortal Kombat clone with less depth than Mortal Kombat. And when you have less depth than Mortal Kombat, that's a problem. Because Mortal Kombat is one of the more shallow fighting game series out there, at least in terms of the old ones. There is some really technical, you know, advanced stuff you can do, but, you know, on a basic level, they are actually very basic fighting games. I think which was a part of their appeal. It was easy for anybody to get into them. And there's not a problem with that. They're great games. I love the old Mortal Kombats. Pit Fighter, oh jeez. Yeah, Pit Fighter is more of like a you know, traditional beat 'em up or brawler with Z-axis. And but it uses those digitized graphics. And yeah, I think that was actually one of the earlier arcade games to do that, if not one of the earliest. Pit Fighter. So I need to actually look in the manual here in a minute. Let me actually pause it right now, because every character, you'll notice that there's a green bar in the bottom. That is actually a super meter. So you can, once it charges all the way up, you can actually do a special super attack. So, okay, it's actually a mono bar according to the manual. So it's back and C. That's it. Really? That's it? Okay. So basically what I think La Pa does is she goes into the air vertically. So it's not really good against enemies on the ground. Which, these are the twins right here. You can actually see that their mono bar is completely filled. Oops. See, she's got this attack that she'll just do like 4 or 5 kicks back to back. You don't really have any control over that once she starts doing it. And I keep doing that by accident. This is just too good of an attack. The AI doesn't know what to do. Look at this. It doesn't know what to do. I mean, of course it would get by it if it just, you know, learned how to jump, but... hey, Phantom Photon. Hey, man, thank you so much for that donation. Got to get back to work. Glad I got to drop in. Hey, I'm glad you got to drop in, too. Hey, Ethel, welcome back. Phantom was always more of a SNK fan. Yeah, when it came to the Japanese stuff, I always preferred Capcom's games. I always preferred how their combo systems worked and the fluid nature of their games. The Neo Geo Fighters, SNK ones in particular, always felt really stiff. Not always. There were some like Last Blade felt really good to me. But that had a more sort of straightforward combo system. It was just like swipe, 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 and then special. King of Fighters always felt really, really stiff to me. I could never really make it work too well in my favor. Oops! That projectile too quickly. Hi. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter, Leo. I'm not gonna participate in that. That's, I don't really care. Just do an updated plastic version. You don't need to do another run of the original. But yeah, whatever. Alright, so he's up in the air. I can just shoot my projectile up. Yeah, and you can double jump too, which is really good on this level because those platforms are really high up. I noticed that the AI, there we go, we get an air hit. I noticed that the AI has a tendency of just running right into my projectiles when they're in the air, so it's kind of good that he's going up like that. See? It's basically free hits. Yeah, I did too many hits again. So I guess I gotta just hit him once when I run towards him. Running low on time again. So your timer is in the bottom middle portion of the screen. It's an hourglass. And when the sand is red, you're about to run out of time. So instead of seeing an actual number, you've got to look at the color. It's very, very dark now. You can almost not see it. Hi. $500 solid metal all the way. Yeah, see, I don't know, Leo, because like if they do another run, I think people would be pissed if it was plastic. Because this doesn't seem like the sort of thing like the Mega SG or Super NT where they're going to keep making them. It'll be like a special one-off run. It'll just give people something to complain about. Oh, they're doing a limited run, but it's plastic. What the hell? And it's still $500. No, I have no idea what the price would be. I'm just poking fun at it. Just shoot up, shoot up. Oh, he can switch spots with me. Okay, interesting. Time over. See, again, we just won by time over. And we were playing this on Twitch a few weeks back, and we couldn't figure out if she was saying hi or pie. Like, does she want pie, or is she saying hi? Or maybe she's saying bye. Maybe she's saying goodbye. I have no idea. It's kind of creepy, though. There we go. 2 hits. This is one of our beast characters in the game. So they did that with claymation. Yeah, I find that when playing against the computer, you're almost better off just cheesing projectiles. Because when I get close, they always seem to override my attacks. See, I'll get close, kind of like this. And just get wrecked. So it's... I don't know, maybe it's just my character. I have no idea. But enemies do a lot of damage when they use their standard attacks. I need to get at least 1 or 2 more hits off. Oh, just barely won. I actually might have lost if I didn't get that last hit. Virtual highlight. I actually do have to do virtual highlight because a friend of mine on Twitch, Lucha Jim, who goes by Diamond Longplays here on YouTube, he actually bought me a copy early last year and sent it to me, so I kind of have to play it. But I'm gonna have to do a full run on Twitch first because It's not really an action RPG like it looks like it is. You don't level up in the game. It's all about finding specific items. So I need to get familiar with the game, comfortable with it first before I do it on YouTube. A cuddly version of Oblivion? Yeah, a cuddly version that runs at 5 frames a second. And that's not an exaggeration. We're gonna get a flawless victory?
Hi.
It doesn't even... Yeah, complete victory. Okay, cool. Hey, Red! What's going on, man? The jumping in Turok was always annoying at times. See, that's kind of a contradiction. So is it always annoying, or is it only annoying at certain times? Let's see. A $500 FPGA system. Yeah, not sure they can revisit. Yeah, same here. Yeah, same. Like that's... Yeah, if I'm going to drop $500 on that, then I'm just going to go buy a Mister from someone. Yeah. How many characters can use projectiles? I have zero idea because this is the only character I've ever played as. So, oh, Venom's got to go pick up the girl from the dance. He'll be back. Okay, cool. Yeah, I wouldn't bank on an N64 Mini, to be honest. Yeah, I'm with Desan on that one. There were a lot of rumors about it a couple of years ago, but that has completely fizzled out. I don't think Nintendo's going to do it. Or if they do, it's not going to be anytime soon. N64 emulation isn't the best. Never has been. Somehow we got to talking about Turok. Yeah, Leo, the extra cores of the NT Minis, you know, what makes it stand out, really? That and doesn't have RGB support. You know, that's one of the other big benefits of the NT Minis. I think it's RGB and it's analog and digital. Or is that just the original analog NT? I thought it was the NT Mini as well. Yeah, the extra cores are definitely a big deal for sure. Although with the Mister out now, it is kind of, you know, a little redundant. Especially when it's $500. And we came back with the projectiles.
Hi.
Yeah, I thought it was analog as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that top set of platforms falls down, which is kind of a cool feature. And this game does some neat things. You know, I gotta give it credit. I give credit where credit's due. Yeah, I know what you mean, Leo. I know what you meant. I was about to say the exact same thing. Like, oh, well, it's not... I don't mean Analog the company. Cheesing my way through. It's a cheesy day. It's a great day for cheese. If you look at it a certain way, my projectiles almost look like I'm throwing cheese. Dirty, moldy cheese, but cheese nonetheless.
Hi.
I mean, why? I don't give a thumb. Like, just emulate. Instead of paying somebody else to give you probably a subpar streaming experience, just emulate the Saturn. It's not hard these days. I think there are companies that have actually tried that with retro games online on PC. Alright, so this is the level I was talking about where you can actually push your opponent off. There it is. I think this might be the only level in the game where you can do this. We'll see as we play through this. And switch up to different characters and whatnot. ROMs are harder now? Not really. They've just been pushed a little more underground. So you have to look... Yeah. You just gotta know what to do. Just gotta know what to do. Ow. I like it, this guy just runs right into my projectiles. Poison Ivy wins. Fatality. If you figure out their name, Leo, let me know. I'm kind of curious. If I remember correctly, this level has some kind of rock on one of the sides. You can hit the stalactites, and they hurt the opponent. That's cool. Yeah, there's the rock up top. Maybe I can shoot it. Come on. Yeah, there it is. Oh, she jumped over it. Holy crap, that did a lot of damage. I don't know. One thing I have to keep in mind about things like, you know, like Ido Game of Thumb says, oh, someone should make a retro streaming service that has Sega Saturn. I'm like, on one hand, I'm like, why? Just, you know, emulate or play on the original hardware, just, you know. But there are a lot of people that don't want to dick around with that stuff. And so I have to always tell myself, or remind myself that there are people out there like that, you know, don't want to go that route. I don't know. I do think it is probably problematic, though, to get going because of a lot of these games in particular are just in licensing hell right now, surely. Like, who even owns Battle Monsters right now? I have no idea. You know? So even if there was some kind of service that had, say, Sega Saturn streaming, I think your selection would ultimately be very limited. And it wouldn't be a good replacement for the real thing or just emulating. We are in this sort of territory where we're not dealing with super mainstream stuff at this point. You know, we're not dealing with Super Mario 64 or Sonic the Hedgehog. Sega Saturn was not a huge success. For companies to even find it to be worth, like, streaming, I don't know. There's probably not many out there that would think it would be a worthwhile investment. But Naxat's not even around anymore, right? Like, who owns Naxat stuff? And even then, does Naxat own the game? This was developed by a company called Scarab, apparently. Who's also not around anymore. But apparently they changed their name, so maybe they are still around, but not as the same company. So did Scarab own the original rights to the game? I would assume Scarab owns the rights to the game because this game was published by different companies in different regions. So Acclaim published it in North America. Naxat published it in Japan. Naxat didn't develop the game. But you run into, you know, that issue I just brought up with, you know, say Naxat and Battle Monsters and whatnot. You know, that issue comes up with a lot of games from this time period. Just, you know, it would be licensing hell trying to get them back on a modern day platform. Not that it's impossible, but man, it'd be a lot of legwork. You know, I'd be totally okay though of like just separate modern ports of a lot of these games, even if they're just like wrapped in an emulator. You know, like bring Panzer Dragoon Saga. Sega should just license out like one of the PC Saturn emulators, and just, you know, as long as the disc swapping and memory card support works. It's really all that matters. Of course, people would complain that the package would be bare bones, but whatever. Hey, Burley, what's going on? No, Panzer Dragoon Saga, not Panzer Dragoon, Burley. Saga is the third one that is the role-playing game, but yeah, the first Panzer Dragoon's getting a remake. We'll probably hear more about it this year. It got teased at last E3. I'm still very mixed on what I think about it. But yes. That is getting a full-on remake. Should be interesting to see what it turns out like. I wasn't a fan of the sound design at all when I saw the E3 trailer, and I wasn't a fan of some of the, you know, things that happen when bullets collide with enemies, like how enemies blink or don't blink, things like that. It just felt really off compared to the Saturn version. It did. It got Resident Evil 1. That was released in North America and Japan. I don't know if Europe got that one. Any Europeans out there know? Yeah, there are technically 5 Panzer Dragoons, Burley. There's one on Sega Game Gear. There are 3 on Saturn. The first 2 are rail shooters. The third one is an RPG. And then there's Panzer Dragoon Orta on Xbox. I want to say Xbox One, but the original Xbox. And you can actually play that on 360. And it recently, a couple years ago, got turned into a backwards compatible game on Xbox One. Upscaled to 4K. Looks beautiful. Yeah, the original rail shooter games are excellent. I mean, so is Panzer Dragoon Saga. That's an excellent RPG. But yeah, the rail shooters are where it's at. See that move that the fake Lapa just did? That's her super.
Hi.
Hey Christopher, welcome back. Supposedly all the source code was lost for Panzer Dragoon Saga. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case for a lot of games back then. She did it again. I know this probably hasn't been terribly exciting, just me doing projectiles over and over, but I mean, it's a perfectly viable strategy. With other characters, we'll definitely have to get close. Yeah, you know what? I'm not having any issues with this Saturn Retrobit controller, though. I completely forgot I'm even using a third-party Saturn controller. I mean, it's not even... Like, it's the original molds that Sega used back in the day. And it's officially licensed by Sega. So is it really third-party? It's a weird mix. Nope. I don't really play touchscreen games, Andrew. Or I don't play mobile games. And I haven't really played much of the GTA series at all. Played a couple of the old top-down ones, but I haven't played 3 or anything past that. I think there aren't there Tiger LCD emulators out there? I should actually do that on stream one night. That would be interesting. This guy's kind of dumb, so I'm just gonna take advantage of it. Ooh, that was close. It looked like it would have hurt.
Hi.
Can't collect video games because of space. Well, I mean, you could buy Japanese versions of a lot of the games, which they use standard jewel cases, not the huge cases. You could also buy disc only. You can also get what's called a pseudo Saturn, or mod your Saturn system, and burn CDRs of games. Of course, that involves you actually finding the game downloads. Or you can wait. There's a device called the Satiator that's coming out. It's going to be a device that slips into the back of your console. It has an SD card slot in it. And then you'll just load your game rips onto that. So you can have the entire Saturn library on one card fit into the back of your console. You get 1 frame per button press. If that. Hey, Tony. MAME emulates. That doesn't make any sense, because MAME is a arcade emulator. You might be thinking of a different, like, multi-system emulator. Are there any stage fatalities in the game? There is actually one that we actually already got to. It has these Venus flytrap looking things outside the arena, and your opponents can fall into them. You can too. Yeah, we got to show that off. That was pretty funny. You didn't know what to do. Nice. Sniped.
Hi.
You think your MAME has tiger stuff on it? Really? Huh. That's kind of weird. I'll have to look into it then. Oh man, the health bar is great in this game. All the like the over-the-top details like that just give it a crazy arcade-style feel. Even though the game was never in the arcades. console only.
Hi.
Alright, on to the final boss, I think. MAME does have a lot of non-arcade stuff now, really? Huh. And they should probably change the name of MAME, because it's no longer the multiple arcade machine emulator, it's the multiple everything machine emulator. They should call it MAME. It is no longer MAME, guys, it's called MAME. It's gonna be MAME version 2.16Z. I had to beat this guy 4 times. A little bit like the Eternal Champion in that regard, except the Eternal Champion you had to beat like 8 times. That's one of the most ridiculous final bosses in fighting game history. He's got 8 different phases. Actually, maybe even 9 if you count his first one. But at least you earned your victory in that game. Can't say the same for this game. I'm just kind of spamming projectiles, and it's working for the most part.
Hi.
MAME has the best Philips CDI emulator. I don't know. There's actually a separate CDI emulator you can get, although a lot of people don't use it because the guy wants you to pay for it. Yeah, CDI is actually one of those systems I need to get. I actually have several games for it. A mouse and a digital video cartridge. One guy was supposed to sell one to me a couple years back. He had offered it to me. We had been talking for a while, then he just stopped responding completely. And I was like, you know what? The work he had done on previous system he had sent me wasn't all that great to begin with, so it's probably for the better. And then I just never went and got another one, or looked for another one. By the way, all those characters in the background are just, you know, characters that you fought on the way here. And they're copy and pasted over and over. CDIs are living on borrowed time, and you can say that for any game console. Mario on CDI is actually pretty fun. Don't listen to the hype. But yeah, Zelda is crap either way. The three Zeldas, I should say. I do want to try to actually beat those games someday, though. Yep, PC Engine Duo, man. It was him. The clock thing can be replaced, though, Pal Puck. Just like capacitors can be replaced on other systems that are ticking time bombs, and just like disk drives can be replaced on a lot of other systems that are ticking time bombs. So... But yes, it's called the Timekeeper. It's a notorious issue for CDI systems, but they can be fixed. And then when they're fixed, you've got a perfectly good working CDI again. Please get away from me. Away, away, away. Thank you. Shooting down, then shooting straight. I love that double jump. Holy crap, he just did a quarter of my health in one hit. Die Hard on Nintendo. It looks like trash. One of my friends actually speedruns it. And it looks terrible. I don't think I'd ever want to play that game. Friends don't let friends play Die Hard on NES. Ow. This is going downhill pretty quickly. Do I have to actually think on this fight? Come on, game. You're throwing me curveballs now. Yes, I have played Shinobi. I've played a lot of different versions of Shinobi. Do I do any repairs on consoles? I do not, Krusty. No. I can repair some basic things on pinball machines, but consoles, not really. Consoles require much more fine soldering skills that I don't possess. I don't really have the desire to improve on anytime soon. Hey, Anson, welcome back. Yeah, it's like 3 hits and I'm dead. Yeah, and there's no way to do air recoveries or anything. Dude, why are you acting like such a crackhead right now? I don't remember him being like this last time I fought him. We have to do the whole fight over now. Such a waste of time. Hey, Dustin, welcome back. Oh, man. I'm probably gonna have to do the whole thing over again. Yep, I knew it. Never heard of it till today. Man, a lot of people haven't heard of this game. It's crazy. But, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like, it was normal for me to see this game around in stores back in the day, like, everywhere. But, I mean, I was kind of in the minority back then. You know, being a Saturn owner when it was current. Like, the Saturn didn't do very well in North America at all. So, yeah, you were definitely the odd duck going around shopping for Sega Saturn games back then. So yeah, it makes sense that a lot of people have missed things like this.
Hi.
mistimed that fireball, or that attack. Remember, you can get very, very basic air juggles in the game. You can get an extra free hit. The enemy gets knocked up in the air. Looks like you can use your special twice, too. Like, after you use your super, the bar remains flashing full for a little bit. I missed. Oh, no, I got it. Just clicked them barely. So you can actually end up using your special a couple times. I wonder if I can get up close and do it, and have it actually do worthwhile damage. But my bar is actually depleting for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, that's interesting. So I can actually press the third button, C, to charge my meter. I didn't realize that. I don't know how this is working. Like, my meter's just constantly fluctuating up and down. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, this super is so useless. Yeah, just like, he just goes right through it. It's only good for levels where you've got platforming and enemies can get higher up than you. Then it's pretty useful. I lost. Carlos, I'd be more interested to know what actually did come to Colombia. I mean, I would assume barely anything was ever brought to South America. Yes, we all love playing classic games to this day. That is what this channel is mostly about. You are in the right place.
Hi.
Care if I have to cheese my way to victory. First try.
Hi.
Alright. Alright, so now that's really the only character I know in this game. So at this point what I'm going to do is look in the instruction manual and we'll try to mess around with another character. Let's go ahead and hit start. Yeah, there's not really much else to this game. You don't have like a survival mode or any kind of tournament mode, or there's not even a practice mode, unfortunately. That's really unfortunate. Because Killer Instinct, that came out that same year, had a practice mode on Super Nintendo. Yeah, you have a versus option, but you have to plug in a second controller. So very, very frustrating. So very bare bones, unfortunately. A lot of the characters in this game have a lot of moves, so you know, trying to learn them and get used to them is, you know, it takes a little while. So just wanted to make sure it didn't automatically boost up the difficulty, so we're gonna leave it on normal. I don't know if there's anything for beating the game on a higher difficulty. Yeah, Alpha Mission 2 is pretty tough. Data East Mortal Kombat? Data East Mortal Kombat is Tattoo Assassins that only saw a couple of games manufactured. It wasn't officially, you know, didn't get a full release. But yeah, this game is developed by a company called Scarab, published by Naxatsoft in Japan, Acclaim in North America. So yeah, this actually has nothing to do with Data East. Lodging Dolphin, what's going on, dude? Welcome back. A deathless speedrun of every character for Mortal Kombat. Nice. Alright, are there any characters you guys would prefer to see? These are our choices. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Yudu? Chili and Pepper, Headless, Harn, La Pa, we just beat the game with Fangor, Scythe, not Scythe, it's Scythe, Death Mask. He keeps his shoes pretty clean, and his hands are a different skin tone than his head. Kapka, Naga, Albiola, Shion. Anson says Headless Dude. Headless Dude, it turns into monster, seems pretty good. I don't know, he looks generic to me though. Just some random dude. Who's the Michael Myers looking one? Yeah, that's Death Mask. So we got a couple votes for Headless Dude, we got a couple inquiries for Michael Myers. Oh, we have more votes for the Headless guy. Headless Harn is his actual name. Ugh. We'll go with Headless Harn. Alright, so it looks like he's got AA is Hammerhead, AA when spotting is Brandish Head, AAA is Blazer Head. He's got a couple of basic combos, it looks like. Does he throw his head as an attack? I think it turns into a fireball. Oh, wow. Okay. I like his combos. Look at that. Oh man, I actually like that a lot. Hey, look, Burley, we're playing Guilty Gear now. Boom. Hey, Lodging, thank you for that, man. Wish you could stay and watch some of this. We gotta work early. Keep up the great work, man. Looking forward to watching this later. Hell yeah, dude. Thanks so much, man. Have a good night's rest. Yeah, look at that. So I got an idea. No, that's not gonna work. Oh, he's throwing me? Okay. Interesting. Alright, we're dead. Primitive Guilty Gear. Clay Fighter's fun, though. I like that one a lot growing up. Alright, so... down back A is Volcanic Cannon. Down down B. Let's try down down B. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. The problem with getting close is that, you know, he can throw me. Oh, come on. Survival Arts, I think I remember that one. Yeah, the Frankenstein monster opponent here is probably the goofiest of them all. It's gonna be tricky to... Oh, man. I'm so used to playing just a long-range projectile character that this is taking me a while to get used to. Oh, nice, that works. Okay. Boom, that is so good. That's his super. Yeah, Last Blade is an SNK fighter. Yep. Really good game. Found my way to cheese. It's just a lot more damage than the other fireballs or the other laser attacks I was doing with La Pa. Hey, Liberal Arts Guy, welcome back. Beating someone with your own separated head as a weapon is pretty badass. It is pretty badass. This was after Kasumi Ninja. Kasumi Ninja, I believe, was 1994. This is infinitely more enjoyable than Kasumi Ninja, though. Boom. Cheese for the win. I don't think Kasumi Ninja is as bad as the internet has made it out to be, but it is still, yeah, it's not great. The biggest issue with Kasumi Ninja, for one, is it's laggy. Like, doing your special moves just feels really weird. Super sluggish. But like really poor digitized characters aside, it's actually a decent looking game for 1994. Definitely shows that they could have done a really solid port of, say, Mortal Kombat 2 in the Jaguar. And Atari really should have like worked out trying to you know, get the rights to that game to do a port to the Jaguar. They did get the rights to do Ultimate MK3. No, I think it's just regular MK3. Or was it Ultimate? I don't remember. But too little too late, then they went out of business. Or sold off the business, I should say. Pulled out of the industry. Come on. Oh, I wanted to do another one. Okay. It is awkward, yes. You play a first-person sequence and pick your characters that way. I don't think that was really a big deal, though. I mean, if you're playing single player, it just kind of adds to the experience. It was a novel idea for the time. Yeah, that's interesting. That platform up top is blocking my projectiles. That's interesting. Doing this fireball attack right here is actually really awkward. The timing on it is really weird. Fortune does it too in Skullgirls. Krusty, I'm actually using the OSSC today, but yes, RGB into the OSSC. I'm using the OSSC because I had my GameCube hooked up, my PAL GameCube going into it for Game Boy Advance stuff. So I was like, you know, it's already hooked up, I'm gonna try my Saturn through it. I remember Saturn working alright through it. Yeah, so the OSSC does look better than my FrameMeister when it works. But that's the problem. It's like when it works and when it plays nice on my capture card. So I usually just use the FrameMeister and I'll take the slight, you know, graphical hit or a video quality hit just for convenience and stability. Oh, I'm screwed. I did not see the trailer for it, but yeah, I saw people link to it on you know, Discord and whatnot. Oh, I missed. How do you block that? There we go. Yeah, one of the things is this guy is huge, and then some of the other characters are tiny, and that just does not mix well together. We're gonna lose this one. Yep. Hey, Kazuya, welcome back. Pin him down. Oh, wow. Yeah, that does a lot of hits. Just found my new strat on this guy. Dude, half of my health? Come on. Jeez, we're dead again. Just one hit. There we go. Got it. Hey, Future Online? Yeah, it's Headless Harn. Chilean pepper. Yeah, so I mean, this character's pretty cool, but he's huge, and so playing against tiny characters is really tough to deal with. And his down B attack, which is his fireball, is really hard to do consistently. It's like you have to press down and then wait for him to stand back up fully. Otherwise he won't do it. that barely did any damage. That's a super meter, yep. Once it's full, you've got a little while to use your super. You can use your taunt button, or whatever the hell they call it in this game, to fill it up. And it just fluctuates up and down. I don't quite know how it works. Nice. Hey, Retro Simon. Oh, come on, Kazuya. Quit being so hard. It's fine. Hey, life. What are you talking about, life? This is the first fighting game I played in a while on stream. So quit your bitchin', life. I wanted to play Battle Monsters, and I wanted to show off a unique fighting game for the Sega Saturn, and so here we are. So kindly feel free to click off the video and come back some other time if you don't like this. I do a wide variety of content here, and I don't do that many fighting games. So it would be nice if you did not complain when there's no reason to complain to begin with. Any other complainers out there? Anyone? Anyone? Like, we played a first-person shooter last week. We played Dark Souls 2 in its entirety the week before. I did a Let's Play of Ghosts and Demons on Sunday. I've got a pinball video coming up this weekend. He's talking about when I played Primal Rage 9 months ago. Hell, and I think it was longer than 9 months ago. We did play some fighting games on my Sega PC stream, though. Hell, that might have been 9 months ago at this point in time. I do a variety of stuff here. Always a variety. Complains when I play one fighting game in a year. Doesn't complain when I do 25 shmup videos in a year. See, Krusty, that, my friend, is a fair complaint. I'll let that one slide. I will let that one slide. No, we're gonna have another one coming up soon, Ebenezer. Don't you worry. See, guys, I'm trying to keep positive for 2020, but complaints like what Life said are not helping. You're moving my brain in the wrong direction that it needs to be going in. Dude, that move is so powerful. Thank you, Liberal Arts guy. Thank you. Buy the Japanese version, by the way. It's a lot cheaper. It's the exact same thing. Austin Trigger List. Here's a big one. Don't be dumb. Read what you write before you send it through. Ask yourself, is what I'm writing a good idea to send through? Just ask yourself that before you send it through. That's all. And also, you know, this is a big pet peeve of mine. This goes for both YouTube and Twitch, but people coming in and like just like making fun of games and bashing them, and or like, you know, we're just here to enjoy them. You know, I'm not here to bash them. If I wanted to bash a game, I'll just make a review and just tear it apart. But I'm just trying to show you guys some stuff that might not be great, but it's still fun. And that's Bottle Monsters in a nutshell. It's not the most amazing thing out there. It's got a lot of bad traits to it, but who cares? It's fun. You know? So, like, keep the negativity to yourself. That's just kind of how I see it. Keep the negativity to yourself. Plenty of other streams, like, you know, revel in that kind of material, but not me. I'm here to show off the games. It's all good, gay. Life is gay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's water under the bridge. Feature online. Dude, I still remember that video. Getting wrecked by Motaro. Hey, Office! No, you couldn't have come at a better time. Except for at the very beginning of the stream. No, but seriously, thanks for stopping in, Office. I'm gonna be doing your Splatoon soon, man, so stay tuned for that. I'm trying to knock out stuff that I've been wanting to do for a while. That's one of my first goals in 2020. Is to try to get to stuff that I failed to get to in 2019, that I had meant to get to in 2019. Boom. Jeez, it's so powerful. Yeah, I agree, Game Eagle. Even the greatest games have some fundamental flaws, typically. There we go. Sort of. Jeez. Oh, I should have juggled him. Come on, stop blocking. Thank you. Yeah? How long did it take you to go through the campaign? I remember you saying it only being a couple of hours long. I did try some other special moves too, and I haven't done that yet. Good. Good hit. Oh. These damn platforms. There we go. It's more like Clay Fighter meets Darkstalkers. 2 or 3 hours long, depending on whether or not you find the hidden scroll item in each stage. It's not necessary, but provides some flavor text for lore purposes. Okay. I'm gonna pause it real quick. Okay, so back forward A. Oh, back forward A is the one where he turns into that dude, I bet. Yep. Oh, come on. What are you guys talking about? Why are you guys saying that? What gives you that idea? At all? I've mentioned plenty of times I like Hexen. I used to play the hell out of that game. Hexen 2, on the other hand, I don't like at all. But hate Hexen? I've never said that once. I don't like the PS1 version because it's a really bad port. But I love the PC original, and I've beaten the N64 version multiple times. I even came close to beating the Saturn version. Sorry, that's what we meant, Hexen 2. Yeah, you say that now. Simon says, so satisfying splashing ink everywhere. Yeah, I need to play Splatoon soon. It looks like it's a lot of fun. Damn straight you're bad, Carlos. Come on, man. Going around the internet telling people I don't like games, when in actuality I do like games. So Hexen 2, it runs on the Quake engine. It deals with a lot of really tiny enemies that are really annoying to attack and fight. They're not really fun to fight, like in the very beginning of the game. I'm not complaining about just the very beginning. I've played the game for a few hours at the very least, you know, so I've made it, you know, somewhere into the game. You're super limited on ammo, so, you know, you're running around using your melee attack for half the time. It also pretty much lacks music and stuff like that. The original Hexen had a soundtrack, and either Hexen 2 doesn't have much music and is more ambience and sounds, or the soundtrack is just completely forgettable. Might be a little mixture of both. Yeah, just not a fan. How the collision detection works too just doesn't feel very good. Like when you collide with, you know, enemies, it just doesn't feel good at all. The combat doesn't feel good. There are a lot of really annoying enemy types that just aren't fun to fight. And limited ammo, things like that. The difficulty is also, it's through the roof. It's a very difficult game too. Whereas I can just say rip through Quake on the hardest setting with no issues. Like, even playing Hexen 2 on like the medium difficulty is a pain. It's really not it wasn't a good experience for me. I mean, Hexen 1 on the other hand, it's just a Doom Engine game. It feels good, you know, it plays well. My biggest issue with Hexen 1 is that the switch puzzles are very obtuse. It's like, you know, you flip a switch and it's like, ooh, a door has opened somewhere. And you're like, well, I've got 7 other, like, sub-areas I can go to. I don't know what door opened. You know, so Hexen, you do run around in circles a lot, and that's annoying. But other than that, you know, I do enjoy the game quite a bit. Why aren't you... Okay, I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to use my super, but my meter had depleted a little bit. Well, I mean, it kind of has a Quake feel because it was on the Quake engine, Hexen 2. But I don't think it feels as good as the original Quake. Part of that is that, you know, you've got your melee attacks, and Quake, you didn't really rely on your melee attack at all. And even then, it actually Quake's melee attack, the axe, worked better than pretty much all the melees in Hexen 2. But I think a lot of that is also you're not fighting tiny spiders in Quake like you do in Hexen 2, you know. Prefer Quake 1 over Hexen 1. Well, those are two totally different games, though. Two totally different engines. Quake is a linear Doom-style romp, whereas Hexen, you've got your Doom-style combat, but it's, you know, non-linear in its level design. Sort of. This is not really non-linear. You just, you know, it's a hub-based game, so you do go from area to area. You do revisit areas over and over again. I mean, I guess it's kind of non-linear in how you figure it out, but really, there's usually just one place you need to go to. You go to it, you flip a switch, you find a key, you do whatever, and then you have to go back through areas you've previously been to and try to figure out, you know, what's opened up or what you can now access. They're two different gameplay styles, really. I mean, again, Quake is much more straightforward, action-packed. So, like, yeah, I don't blame people, like someone for liking Quake more than Hexen, but I don't know. It's kind of an apples to oranges comparison. Comparing Quake to, say, Doom would be more fitting. I like Quake more than Doom, or I like Doom more than Quake. Never played Quake or Hexen. Yeah, I don't even think it was an upgraded engine, Ebenezer. I think it was just the Quake 1 engine. That was it. There might have been some tweaks, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's still the same engine. Quake 2 is where, you know, they had upgraded the engine and games would be based off that. Ugh. No. This is not the boss. Nope. Getting my ass kicked by her. I have a feeling if you're going to play competitively, she'd probably be the best character, because I think she's the only character in the game that can freeze you. Dude, come on. Played the hell out of Doom and Doom 2. Yeah, those are such awesome games. There we go. Hey, Ruben. I do need to play smarter. Like, if I'm at this distance, I need to be using my projectile. Oh! Dude, I thought I had most of my health bar. Jeez. Yeah, that was just a special move. good. Oh yeah, man. Doom 2016 is amazing. I had started up a brand new game of that a couple weeks ago. DS Doom? Yeah, no thanks. I have no reason to play Doom on my Nintendo DS. Seriously. It was a novel concept a long time ago, being able to play Doom in the palm of your hands, but I really don't care these days. I played classic Doom so much, it really doesn't. I don't really care. Okay, that does a lot of damage. Knock him off, knock him off. Nice. Got him. So there's your pit fatality. It's not really much, like the character doesn't like split in two or anything like that. Uh-oh. I jumped over and punched him once. That was great. Yeah, Doom 64 on modern consoles, that's gonna launch with Doom Eternal, yeah. It's digitized graphics, yes. Legacy of Darkness, nice. Seems like one of the easier guys you can fight. Of course, right as I say that, he goes crazy. I'll play Doom 64 on a Switch? No. Not me. No thanks. I will play Doom 64 on a PC. Or a Nintendo 64. How old is this? This is 25 years old. I might just try to time him out. No, that's fine. There are lots of Castlevania games to beat. Yep. And I've gotten through most of them on my channel. I still have a few more to do. Some of them I'm trying to struggle to get through again, like Lords of Shadow. I tried doing that back in October and I gave up because of really bad collision detection. Just got fed up with it. Yes, Battle Monsters is a old game. And again, this is a Sega Saturn game. For those of you guys that don't know what the Sega Saturn is, you're probably too young to be watching my stream. No, I'm just kidding. It was a console by Sega in 1995. Technically 1994 in Japan. Yeah, playing fighting games like a shmup. You decided you want to beat 20 games this year that you haven't beaten before. Gonna tackle Castlevania Bloodlines. Oh, hell yeah. That's a great game. You'll like that. Castlevania 3 NES is very hard. It's challenging. It's a Good challenge though. Office. I've heard that Sega is a vegetable of some kind. Apparently, it's very good for a healthy diet. A good, wholesome, healthy diet. Eat your Sega, kids. Nice, nice, hell yeah. Hey, thanks, Doom. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, actually trying to beat games is fun. You know, you get a sense of accomplishment. The games become more fun to play as you get better at them. It's win-win all around. Unless you're playing Virtual Highlight, and then, well, yeah, you have my condolences. AI seems to... yeah, he's on to me with that move. Just block, block, block. There we go. You get 32 bits of energy if you eat your Sega. 100% of my daily recommended allowance of Sega. Okay, cool. Final boss time. Saturn was 64-bit? No. Yeah, Sega does what Nintendo. They nearly went out of business. Good job, Sega. I wonder how fast we'll be able to beat this guy now. The Saturn was such a good system, though. I mean, all of Sega systems were really good. Pretty much all of them. Even if they weren't, you know, as popular as the competition, they, you know, had excellent libraries. Generally good third-party support. Even in the Master System days, Sega had to handle a lot of the third-party stuff in-house, like kind of NEC did with the PC Engine. But, you know, even that system still got a lot of games that were originally created by other third parties. But yeah, the Saturn in particular just got a fantastic library. Dreamcast. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Just gonna keep mashing. Okay, that's not gonna work. That does so much damage. If it gets like 4 or 5 hits. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, you gotta remember, Burley, PS2 only came out like a year and a half after Dreamcast in Japan. So Dreamcast wasn't that ahead of its time. But it was cutting edge when it came out. I mean, like, that was So the biggest console leaps for me was 8-bit into 16-bit. In particular, NES to Super Nintendo. And then 16-bit to Nintendo 64. Like, that was... Man. Just a crazy jump. And then Nintendo 64 to Dreamcast. Then after that, I haven't been quite as impressed with the console generation leap since. Original Xbox was really impressive when it came out, though, too. Yes, I own Nightshade on PS2. We did it! On our first try. Well, we did the final boss on our first try. We actually continued a lot on that playthrough. Well, I mean, the netplay Burley you could do on the 16-bit consoles with X-Band. Granted, it was direct dial, but there was a matching service and everything. You could do that on the Saturn as well, both in US and Japan. You know, there were other, stepping stones up to that. But the Dreamcast was, I think, the first system where you could just connect up. Your system would connect to the internet as a whole, and then in the game it would connect to a server. So instead of direct dial, you'd connect to a server like you would do with PC gaming, and you could join up in with, multiple players. You could play like a 4 or 6 player match in Quake 3 or something like that. I forgot what it was. But I mean, the PS2 would do it as well. Xbox did it. Yeah, development by Scarab. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could say it was definitely ahead of its time in that regard. I think it was the first console to do online gaming more like PCs were doing at the time. But as far as like everything else, its visuals and sound and processing capabilities, it wasn't that ahead of the time because the PS2 wasn't that long after it, and the PS2 was a significantly beefier system. The Dreamcast was still absolutely amazing when it came out, even in '99 in North America. It was just, even that was a big leap over N64, Saturn, and PS1. SegaNet was just an internet service, liberal arts guy, so no. My parents already had their own internet service provider, so... Yeah, that's all SegaNet was. It was just an ISP, basically. And I think that might have even been like piggybacked off of existing. Might have been some other. I don't remember how it worked exactly. But you would pay like the $10 or $15 a month for Sega's internet. They probably had deals in place with local internet providers that you would connect to, but it would be under like the SegaNet brand. Yeah, I mean, that was because of the hardware, Burley. I mean, the PlayStation's 3D hardware was so much more well-designed and thought out, apparently, than the Saturn's 3D hardware. I still love Saturn 3D, though. It's got a very unique, like, chunky look to it compared to, Sony's 3D hardware and their PS1. Seaman on the Dreamcast. Yeah, that would be a really boring stream. Seriously, Retro Simon. It'd be a whole lot of looking at nothing for extended periods of time. Jet Grind Radio. Yeah, I'd like to do that sometime. I've never beaten that game, but it was fun. Saturn was better on paper? Yeah, no, I don't think so. both systems had, both systems were architecturally quite different, and they both have their positives and negatives. I don't think one was clearly better than the other in all areas. So, but when it came to 3D, the Saturn was definitely not better than PS1 for sure. If you use it's both video display processors in very specific ways, you can get very impressive results like Panzer Dragoon's Vi. But they have to be used in very specific manners. Like, Panzer Dragoon's Vi uses one display processor for the floor. And that's like, yeah. That's how you get that super nice long 3D effect. But not every game's gonna benefit from that kind of floor design and setup. You want a 3D game with, small rooms that you're traversing, in a maze-like structure, or maybe that setup's not going to work as well, and so the PlayStation 1's going to work a lot better for that kind of game. But when used right and in creative ways, the Saturn video hardware was great. Again, the Panzer Dragoon 2 in particular is a great example. More Dreamcast streams, please. Well, I don't have a lot of Dreamcast games I can work with right now. But yeah, I know I'd like to in the future. Definitely. Burley was big into 2D fighters, so Sega was the obvious choice. Yeah. Yeah, the Saturn had the best 2D fighting games back then. Although, I would... it missed out on quite a few really good ones, though. Like the original Guilty Gear, for instance. Which that was just an incredible game on PS1 back in the day. But yeah, I know Saturn was the 2D king back then. You had to do a lot of importing though to get the most out of it. But PS1 was no slouch with 2D either. Some of its fighting games were lacking. But when it came to like 2D action games and shoot 'em ups in particular, it was still very good for that stuff. Although again, you'd have to import. What was Office saying about his most beaten games? Oh, Jack Ryan Radio? Okay. Well, I mean, some Carlos. I mean, there are actually quite a few fighting games on PS1 that didn't actually come to Saturn. Like, King of Fighters 99, for instance, is really solid on PS1. That never came out on Saturn. There are examples like that. But yeah. Yeah, Jet Set Radio Future, yep, I have that. The 3D fighters were, between the two consoles, kind of interesting, because the Saturn actually had quite a few good 3D fighters, but, it didn't have Tekken, didn't have Soul Edge or Soul Blade, stuff like that. It had a lot of Sega's 3D fighters, like Last Bronx and Virtua Fighter 1 and 2 in Remix, and Fighting Vipers, which is one of my favorites, and then Fighters Megamix, stuff like that. Both systems had Dead or Alive. I remember people praising the Saturn version of Dead or Alive. I don't really know how it differs from the PS1 version. I'll have to look it up. Fighting Force is not on Saturn. It's on N64, and PS1 and PC. I don't believe it ever actually came out on Saturn. Actually, it looks like it might have come out in Japan on Saturn. Hold on a second. Because it did not come out in North America on Saturn. Let's see. So what I'm seeing is Fighting Force was developed for Saturn initially, but it ended up not coming out on Saturn. Yeah. So it was N64, PS1, and then I believe there's a PC version of it too. Retro Simon, it is not on Saturn. Yeah, just like I said, it was developed for Saturn, but ultimately canceled for Saturn. Probably not, Retro Simon. It says here on Sega Retro that an early prototype of the Saturn version was leaked in November 2008. So it's highly unlikely you played the Saturn version. I mean, unless it leaked on some kind of demo disc in some other region. North America, unfortunately, did not really get many demos for the Saturn. You know, we had the couple of bootleg samplers by Sega, then some games like Crystal Dynamics games would have like full motion video previews of upcoming games. It's okay, Retro Simon, that's what the internet's for, man. You know, we're just a quick Google search away from everything. Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do is take a quick restroom break here, maybe grab a drink, and then we'll come back. We'll try to do one more run with a different character, and then we'll probably call it a stream. Unless we've got some really good conversation going on. There's probably not much point keeping the stream going for 4 hours, so we could probably do another run. Maybe end it around the 3-hour mark. I mean, I could actually technically end it right here. Might not be a bad idea, actually. How many of you guys want to see another run? Do you want to see me play this again? With a different character? Yes, yeah, Leo, definitely, man. Yeah, definitely. Alright, well, you guys decide on if you want to see another run. And I'm going to go use the restroom, so I'll be right back. Oh, see ya, Krusty. Take care, dude. If I'm up tomorrow night, I'll try to pop into your stream for a little bit. Alright, see ya, Burley. Take care, dude. Okay, so it sounds like you guys want to see another run. The question is, what character do you want to see? Carlos had voted the Michael Myers type character, Frankenstein. Let's jump into it. Akella says another run. Are you watching on the big screen, Akella? Are you annoying your girlfriend by watching on the big screen? My headphones back on. The cute character, which one is that? So I already played as Lapa. Our first run was with her. Our second run was with Headless Harn. So we've got Macaryudo, Drethlock, Chili and Pepper, Fangor, Naga, Kapka, Death Mask, Scythe, Shion, or Shion, Albiola. There's 2 votes for Death Mask, seriously? 1 vote for Shion. Retro Simon says, play the most insane character. Well, I don't really know what that would be. I mean, Fangor, maybe. 1 vote for Chili. 1 vote for Naga. Yeah, I was actually thinking that earlier, Ebenezer. I was fighting him. I was like, man, he feels like a character that would be in a different fighting game. Ooh, it's 2 for Chili and Pepper. So it's tied between Chili and Pepper and Death Mask. Oh, great. We have a 3-way tie. Alright, guys. So it's down to these. You want Chili and Pepper, Naga, or Death Mask? Uh-oh, it's another vote for Death Mask. Anyone? Anyone? I just took my jacket off and it's already getting cold again. God. Alright guys, 2 more for, another one for Death Mask. Oh, whoa, the Naga's coming back. Looks like we're going to Naga. Okay. I already did Headless Harn. I just played that. Alright, we're doing Naga. Tony and Jed with the Naga. Alright, so now let me look up Naga in the instruction manual. I gotta look at the moveset. This might actually be beneficial because she does have freeze attacks. I paused at just the right time. It goes, no, 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 no. Okay, so AAA. And then AAA. So it looks like she's got a simple combo attacks. Oh, forward B. Okay. Ooh, I like that. Because it launches him into the air. Of course, he blocks a lot. Down A's evil eyes, apparently. Hold A plus forward. Ooh, okay. It's a lot like Headless Harn. Nice. Okay. No big screen tonight. A built-in animality. She does actually have the one where she turns into a bunch of snakes. Okay. Back forward A, then back forward B. And then back forward C for the super. Okay. Yeah, actually, she is a little bit like Rose. Good point. You think so, Akela? I think Naga's pretty easy to use. Look at that. Oh, that's not even a super? Oh, okay. That one that goes all the way across the screen is a regular. Okay. Look at that. Okay. See? Look at that. It's like the only character in the game with a freeze attack. Nice. The snake is used like a sword. Yeah, that's Death Mask, Retro Simon. I mean, if this playthrough goes really fast, then we might actually be able to play Death Mask. Oh, that was dumb on my part. Austin getting his Battle Monsters groove on. Ah. You can't get close to them because of that. That move is very powerful. So look. Boom. I think I just figured out my strat. Like, why bother comboing when you can just use that one move and do a third of their health? Yeah, she's got really good special moves. There we go. Everything she does is blocked later on. You mean her moves? Yeah, I don't think so, Akela. When's the last time you played this game? I mean, it's just like any other character. The AI blocks a lot of stuff to begin with, but if you cheese enough, your moves will go through. And Naga's got this freeze move, or the stone move. She's got another one too, where she can like shoot an arrow down. And I just do back forward B and it does like a third of their health. Boom, look at that. I'm trying to figure out how to do the arrow in the sky though. I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I don't see anywhere how to do it. She does it when she's playing as the AI. Oops. Yeah, this is our chance to play as an annoying Medusa head from Castlevania. Speaking of Castlevania, I started working on Castlevania Area of Sorrow on Game Boy Advance the other day. I'm going to continue it on Twitch tonight. So when I beat that game, we're going to do a stream of it on YouTube. Even as possibly as early as Saturday. We'll see. That's right, those elite strats. Those elite strats. You gotta be careful though, because you know, when you get close to enemies, they can throw you. That does a lot of damage. I will say this game would be better if it had fatalities. Oh, so it's you just do that attack but up in the air. Interesting. Wow, I got lucky there. Discount Shao Kahn. Dollar store Shao Kahn. Nice. Fatalities make everything better. I agree. I love to fatality my bread with the toaster. Toasty! Keller's like, well, the AI just blocks everything. Look at this. Ow. That was half my health. Boom. Yeah, it probably is. I mean, especially if two players like know what they're doing. Getting way too close. Whew, there we go. I mean, we've already beaten the game twice, Akela. I mean, the AI didn't really ramp up on the other two runs. I don't see how it's going to ramp up on this run. We haven't changed the difficulty level, so... Like, when's the last time you've beaten the game, Akela? Has it been 20 years? Is your 20-year-old memory better than my 2-hour memory? Hey, Super Logon. Thank you, man. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the kind words. Actually, you know what, Kelly? Don't answer that question. Because my 2-hour memory sucks. I was in the shower today. Washed myself with soap. And then... my mind was just elsewhere, and I forgot I had washed myself with soap already, and I went and I did it a second time. My short-term memory has not been very good lately. I don't think it's necessarily that my short-term memory itself is bad, it's that my mind has been racing so much with other thoughts that I don't focus on, like, the stuff that's right in front of me. Office beat this game earlier by living vicariously through me. Yeah, no, thanks again, Super Logan. I'm glad that drives interest in these old games. These old games are still great, man. Ooh, that was close. How about I don't get knocked out? I've never seen that attack before. 6 months ago. Yeah. It definitely wasn't Naga? Okay. I shaved myself 3 times the other day. Dude. I wasn't getting that lucky with that attack when I was playing as Headless Harn. Shouldn't have done that. Alright, see ya, Carlos. I could just push him. I could just push him. That's great. Oh, this game is fun. It's a fun game. Yeah, just freeze and then do back forward B. Back forward B does at least 2.5 candles worth of damage, maybe 3. Oh, you play as Albiola? It's too good. I'm gonna roll with it though. We had to continue so many times with Headless Harn. I mean, even La Pa, we had to continue a few times with her too. Mirror match. Even the player 2 thumbnail on the bottom right is reversed. Nice touch. Oh, I was the one on the right. I got lost there for a second. I was like, which one am I? Their colors aren't different enough for me to recognize quickly. It would help if one was like red. Damn it, I need to buy some new chapstick when I'm done here. This guy actually has the advantage on this arena. It seems like he's one of the only ones that can actually jump on those clouds. Unfair advantage, man. Boom. That's a great attack. Alright, that's just cheap. Being able to stay in the air like that? Come on. See, that's actually a major balancing issue right there. You can just play this guy, just stay up in the air all day. Just let the time roll out. Come on, land on it. Thank you. Good deal. Ebenezer. Oh man. Oh no. Yeah, he does a lot of damage on that attack. The reason we don't have male Medusa. Oh man. Flawless victory. No fatality, because they don't exist. Alright, last boss already. That was a pretty smooth run. We'll see if we can cheese this guy like we did all the other enemies. You know, I haven't been using her super move at all, which is, you know, she turns into the snakes and shoots lasers across the screen. Cheesy. Oh god. All this snake talk. Oh jeez. Your stream has been demonetized. Whoa, so that was interesting. I turned him to stone when he was on the ground. Yeah, Crestline, this is a little bit like the Eternal Champion. Similar concept. Thank you. Got it. Probably not Ebenezer. I've barely played any of the Metal Gear Solid games. I mean, if anything, I'll try to do the original Metal Gear on NES. But past that, I don't know. Sweet! We did it. We didn't even continue. GG LOL. You like that cheese? I'd buy that for $1. Yeah, I mean, the reason I thought about the original NES Metal Gear is because it's the only one I really had contact with growing up. But I mean, don't get your hopes up anytime soon, because I barely played it. Oh, no, I'm going to do the NES one, Kazuya. That is the one I will want to play. I know it's a flawed version, but I don't really care. It's the version that I experienced as a kid, so that's what I want to play through. Acclaim published it, Crestline, yeah. Scarab developed it, Naxat published it in Japan, and Acclaim published it in North America. Okay, so that actually went pretty quickly, so... See, I almost kind of want to try it again with Naga, but play it on hard mode, instead of trying Deathmask. I think I'm going to actually do that, because, I'm just curious if there's anything else at the end if you play on hard mode. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I mean, that was the logo they used for some of their games on PS1 and Saturn. And not just PS1 and Saturn, but in the 32-bit generation. Alright, let's see how much harder this is. Alright guys, Battle Monster speedrunning coming up right now. I wonder what the speed strats would be. Yeah, they keep running right into it, so I'm going to take advantage of it. I wonder if there are any differences to like the amount of continues you get, or you know, if you get a different ending or anything like that. Speed strat. Yeah! I think La Paz is supposed to be like a marionette. Something like that. Very hard? More like very easy. I think he was just saying hi. He was just reaching out with his hand. Maybe that was his grab attack. I don't know. Every time you hear Yaha, take a shot. Actually, don't do that. You'll be dead before the match is over. Forest of Sue. Who is Sue? Does she make cookies? I want cookies. Wow, their kick has a good reach. Hey, Velcro, what's going on, dude? Well, you might not have known the exploits, Akela. the thing about these games. You know, you need to learn, you gotta learn the moves. You gotta learn how the system works. And then take advantage of it. Yeah, you like these elite strats. The game is definitely based, like, the game definitely wants you to use your projectiles, for sure. Every character I've played as so far, I've had to rely on my special moves. Because the AI has a tendency of blocking just your punches and kicks and your combos. Comment about Sub-Zero got filtered by YouTube. Really? Huh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't see it pop up at all. I mean, there's that too, Akela. I mean, I'm not the one that's going to say it, though. That would be rude. Nice, I got lucky. Did YouTube give you a message or anything about that? Like, did it say anything when it filtered it out? Or blocked it? Need to freeze him. There we go. Elite strats. What temperature do you like your popsicles? At Sub-Zero. That's possible, Kazuya, but usually it gives you a message, like it'll say you're sending messages too quickly. That is an interesting concept, that some characters have the advantage on their own arena. And I'm dead. I knew that was going to happen. Mortal Kombat Legends? Yeah, I'll have to check out the trailer. A lot of you guys have been raving about it tonight. Good deal. Yeah, so this guy, Fangor, seems to have, like, a very high priority on Wake Up. Which is why he kept knocking me out of my stone attack when I was trying to spam it. Killcore finally doing something. Alright, so we need to freeze this guy and then push him off. That, you want cheesy. That is cheesy right there. You just freeze him and then this is Bravo. I don't think I've seen Bravo before. Can we do it again? Oh, come on. I wanted to see Bravo a second time though. Yeah, not fast enough. I don't think I've seen that before. Damn. Yeah, this guy is definitely doing more stuff now. Definitely trickier to deal with. Harder to just spam. Yeah, like I said, they have their advantages on their own maps. I won. She does it again. Yeah. Like that's her entire vocabulary. Yeah, I do think each character, or some characters having an advantage on their own arenas is very unbalanced. I think it's fine for a single-player campaign, but if you're playing multiplayer, it's probably a big issue. Which, oh, we got a game over. Which makes you wonder if these limitations are in place just for single player or if it's for, you know, multiplayer as well. That move is rough to deal with. We got $15. What does this get me? Yeah! All right, good. We got it. Here's your $15. There we go. Jeez. Is this dress on sale? Yeah! Was that a yes? Yeah! So for this snake move I'm doing, you have to hold down A and press forward, forward. That's not like just me button mashing. I'm actually doing a move. It seems to work well against certain enemies. Time's gonna run out. I'm just gonna walk away. Someone should make that their text message tone. So whenever they're at work, they're you know, when they get a text or an alert, it goes yeah, just over and over and over again. 2 hits? Seriously? It's like she's programmed to just constantly jump up. And her wake up has lots of priority, so she can just jump right out of my attack. It almost seems like all the characters were programmed with their specific arenas in mind. So when you play them in single player, they do very specific things. See, just jumps right out of it. I'll take it. Oh, okay, Leo. Yeah, that sounds cool. I mean, I don't know if I'd actually play it though, because like when I play Prince of Persia 2, I want to play it on PC. Yeah, that's neat. Yeah, Prince of Persia 2 is one of those games I want to go back and learn, but I know it's going to be a pain. Come on. You know you want to touch it. Insert snake joke here. Alright, this is our last level, and then we go to the final boss. Yeah, I mean, it seems like we still get infinite continues. So I highly doubt that we're gonna get a better ending. Yeah, it really is. But you know what? I think Mario might have ripped off of this game. This came out before Mario 64. Clearly, Miyamoto had played Battle Monsters, and Naga was his main. Good. Yeah, you can ask whatever you want, Future Online. That's fine. I just don't like people coming in and complaining that, like, I'm not doing the content they want to see. It's like, like, Life is Gay came in earlier. So you're playing too many fighting games. I was like, I haven't played a fighting game in a long time on stream. Like, what are you talking about? And either way, I'm still gonna do what I want. I try to mix things up, but yeah, no, you can ask whatever. It's fine. Have I ever considered speedrunning anything? Yeah, I actually learned how to speedrun Ninja Gaiden many years ago, and it's been a very slow process, but I don't really have a desire to do it regularly because I don't find it all that fun or rewarding. Speedrunning is a lot of work. It feels like a job. And I'd rather put my time into just learning how to beat games I've never finished before, you know? Nothing like, you know, playing all the way through the game, messing up once, and then having to reset. It gets very tedious. Yeah, Simon, it is very, very time consuming, absolutely. Yeah, so what I'm really struggling with here on this playthrough is enemies that can take advantage of platforms when I can't. It's very, very unfair. So it actually makes me want to cheese even more. Because when he goes up into the air, I can't do anything. It's not like I have projectiles. It's different with La Pop because she's got air projectiles. She can shoot projectiles and, you know, up. She could go upwards, downwards, forwards. Very flexible. But yeah, no, I have a bunch of speedrunner friends though. They do it regularly, and so, you know, so I still watch some people doing runs. And I'll probably go back and try to get better at my Ninja Gaiden run. But the big thing is that YouTube eats up all my time, really. You know, when I'm streaming over at Twitch, a lot of times I'm playing games that I want to eventually play on YouTube. And then I'm practicing for Let's Plays, and I'm recording Let's Plays, and then I'm doing live streams on YouTube, and then I'm managing all the YouTube stuff in the background. It's, you know, so trying to fit speedrunning in between all that is very difficult. But yeah, no, I went and 2015 when AGDQ was still in Herndon, Virginia. A friend of mine was running Pinball Done Quick at AGDQ, and he asked me to come help out. It was my first instance of streaming. It was also my first instance of being around speedrunners in that environment. And when I left that event, that, for one, got me to start my own Twitch stream. And then it also got me interested in learning how to speedrun something. So I started with Ninja Gaiden, because it was probably the game I was the best at on NES. And it's not a very long game either, so it was a good logical choice. Yeah, and I learned that for a while, you know. A lot of people on Twitch that were following me back then will remember me practicing it. And then I stopped, and then I would kind of go back on and off over the years. The most recent time was about halfway through 2019. I went and did another run. I actually posted a time to speedrun.com on that run. I think it put me at like 56. I think it was 60 something on the leaderboards out of 100 something. So it wasn't bad, but it can be improved a lot. And just even getting that 60 something time was a lot of work, you know. I might actually go check that out. I'm curious. Hold on a second, guys. I'm actually really curious. They've changed the layout. Yeah, 62nd. Is that really my time? I submitted a 13:26 time. Oh, I thought I submitted like a 12 something time. Yeah, like I know when I was I know I've gotten close to 12:45 when I wasn't doing splits. So I know I could probably get around 12:45 based on all the the time saves I know I could do in my last run. Yeah, and it's all about stringing it all together too. So, and that would, even if I did that, that would still put me around 40th. Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of competition on Ninja Gaiden as well, which is cool. So there are 132 submissions on speedrun.com. But yeah. What about going for high scores? Same deal? Yeah, same deal. I don't find it very fun. I mean, I like doing high scores on like a low level. You know, just kind of like seeing what I could do here and there, improving my play. But once you come to like actually playing seriously, it just requires just so much time and effort, and it's not fun for me. It's just like speedrunning where, you know, if you mess up, you reset, because you know you're not going to be able to beat your previous high score. So... Yeah, this guy's way more aggressive now. Hard to cheese him. I just gotta get one, and then that's all it is. Like that. I was getting distracted with the speedrun thing, though, so I wasn't focusing when I resumed. I think we'll be good now. Let's see what we can do. Did he seriously just say ow? This almighty being went ow! Alright, last form. If I lose this, we have to do it all over again. Yeah, I like playing for score to a certain extent. Like, so when I'm learning a game, the score is a really good indicator of my own personal progress. And say like a shoot 'em up or something like that. But then trying to push that score farther and farther, that's what I don't enjoy. I like that learning process, and then once I hit a plateau and I have to really start grinding out, that's where I stop having fun. So yeah, high score chasing is not really for me either, just like speedrunning isn't really for me. I respect the people that do it, but I'd prefer to play a wide variety of games, be more of like a jack of all trades, be able to know a lot of information and help out people. I actually kind of pride myself in being able to pick up a game I've never played and get decent at it really fast. That's something I don't think a lot of people can say they can do. A lot of people will struggle with games for a long time. So while like I don't think I'm really a master at any particular game, I do think I'm pretty solid at picking up something new and getting good at it pretty quickly. So there's that. I do like that. Yeah, so nothing else. So we just beat the game on very hard, but there's nothing else. Nothing different. I'll try to do Zexus soon. I'm kind of back on an NES kick with Let's Plays, because they don't take as much time to do as other platforms. Yeah, that's a bummer. No, nothing different on the ending for the higher difficulty, so... Only reason you would play the higher difficulty is just to challenge yourself. There's nothing else there. I doubt it. Retro Simon. Let's go to the options though and check. Yeah, I doubt it. We'll see. Nope.
Hi. 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 Hi.
I'm sorry. I had to do that.
No. Elna. Elna. Elna.
Dude, someone needs to make a music track using just the voice samples from
Hi.
from Battle Monsters.
No. Elna.
It'd be like no, no.
No. No. Elna.
Like when there's a break, it would like all the music would just drop and it would go no, and it would kick into a new pattern.
Elna.
Ow.
Oh man, you could actually make music out of the sound of. No, Mom, I'm not watching porn. Holy crap, I'm just thinking like all the types of tunes you can make with these sound effects. This sounds like my cat sometimes.
Yeah. 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 No, 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 no. Yeah. No, 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 no. Yeah. No, 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 no. Yeah. No, 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 no.
Oh man, that was good. That was so fun. Okay, I'm done. Alrighty, guys, I think that's gonna do it for the stream. Oh man, that, my friends, was Battle Monsters. If I ever do an intro again, I have a start now. Ugh. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate it. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, sometimes you guys get to see Patchouli at the end. So even if you don't watch the stream all the way through, when you check out the archive, feel free to pop in at the end and see if you get a little Patchouli sighting. Yeah, Patchouli. She was sleeping out on her cat bed in the living room. So I had to wake her up. And then she just came in on her own. Surprise Patchouli appearance. Yeah, Ebenezer, thanks for hanging out. And Leo, yeah, I'll see you on Twitch. I might go to 7-Eleven again and grab a Slurpee. And then I'll come home and continue Area of Sorrow. So Patchouli, what do you think of the Battle Monsters moveset? She's not impressed. That's right. Acclaim published Children of the Atom in North America. I totally forgot about that. See, Acclaim published some good stuff. They usually get crapped on, but there's some cool stuff they put out here. Hey, thanks, Retro Simon. She'll probably actually stay here the whole time. Last week when I went to 7-Eleven, we ended the stream with her in the chair, and I went to 7-Eleven, I came back and she was still in the chair. Yeah, so this is what we get for beating very hard mode. We get a kitty sighting. Yeah, we do. Look at that belly. She got a chunky belly. This is the real final boss. She's a good girl. But alrighty guys, that's going to do it for the stream. Archive should hopefully be up by morning, in case you missed it and you want to go, or maybe you missed some of it and you want to go watch the rest. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for hanging out. Glad I was able to finally do this game again. It's a really fun game. If you do decide to check it out, check out the Japanese version. It's pretty much the exact same game. I think the ending might even still be in English. Yeah, it's fun. It's you know, a lot of people say it's like a really terrible fighting game, and I don't really agree with that. It's not phenomenal, but it is fun. Lots of characters, lots of different movesets. It's some good mechanics. Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. I appreciate you guys hanging out, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that. We'll be back either Sunday with another Let's Play or Saturday with a live stream. I don't know what I'm going to do. Probably Sunday with a Let's Play, and then we'll be back with another live stream on Thursday next week. If I beat Area of Sorrow this weekend, I'll probably stream it next Thursday. So you guys can potentially expect that. If I beat it tonight, I might even stream it on Saturday, depending on how long it'll take me to go through the game. I don't know. We'll see. I might not. So. But alrighty, Patchouli, we're gonna head out. We're done with the stream. So yeah, take it easy, guys. I will see you later. Oh, actually, one more thing. The Retrobit Saturn controller. I approve of it. It worked perfectly fine. So I had no issues with this controller. It worked out really well. Yeah, it's great. If you have a Sega Saturn, you want a brand new controller, I highly recommend these. Again, I'm not sponsored by Retrobit. I just bought one of these on my own funds a few weeks back. They feel very much like the real deal, except for the shoulder keys. They feel different. But yeah, I definitely recommend these new Retrobit controllers for Saturn. I honestly think these feel better than the Genesis ones that they put out. I feel like these feel more like Saturn controllers than the Genesis ones. So yeah, definitely recommend. I told you I'd give you my thoughts on these at the end, so I almost forgot to do that. So yeah, definitely recommend it, guys. So, well, that's gonna do it for us. I will see you guys later. And yeah, I guess until the next one, guys, take it easy.